Hey friends! In today's video I'm going to show you how I use my Laguna Fusion1 table saw to build this unique little free sharing library. Free sharing libraries are popping up all over communities and neighborhoods, and there's such a great opportunity to be able to share some of your favorite books with your neighborhood, as well as a great opportunity to pick up a book that maybe you haven't read before. I have a huge shout out and thank you to Laguna Tools for sponsoring today's video. But without further ado, let's get into today's build. I used a sheet of 3/4 inch birch plywood for the entire project. I was able to cut down all of my pieces and then use a pocket hole jig to be able to assemble everything. I made a few miter cuts for the roof section to keep it lined up with the body of the build. I made some groove cuts with the table saw for the plexi to be able to sit in for the window section of the door. I even cut down the plexiglass using the table saw for the window section of the door. Once I had everything cut down, it was time for a dry fit. I then attached the hardware to the door before assembling it to the body. I chose to go with the magnet hardware for the door enclosure to keep the door securely closed. Once everything was completely assembled and sanded, it was time to give it a coat of primer paint for the client that would be taking it over and eventually painting it to their own design. So I'm just setting them for success with a coat of primer. I chose to use a spray primer for the interior portion of the build and made sure to give it a full 2 coats before I moved on to the exterior portion. I used a foam touch-up roller for the remaining portions that needed to be primered. Once everything was fully dry, it was time for reassembly. Well friends, that wraps up our build of the little free sharing library. I've listed all of my materials and cut list in the description below. I'd love to see if you build your own sharing library. Be sure to tag me at Woodbrain on Instagram when you do. Huge shout out and thank you again to Laguna Tools for sponsoring today's video. Until our next build together, friends, have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon.